told I would never achieve. I was told I was stupid. I was told, and I never thought I had a self-image that was down around my ankles. I had a self-image that was just needed a jump start, you know. And since I was a child until about a few years ago, I thought I was stupid. I literally thought, well, you know, I mean, I get by. But if you really knew, my dyslexia still smacks me in the mouth with with a 2x4 every day, in some way. You know, I have to make lists. I have to make lists in a hotel room to make sure I don't leave anything behind. I have to tape it to the back of the door, so before I walk out that door, I can check it off. Otherwise, I'm buying a whole new wardrobe. And I learn differently. I learn by hearing. You know, I learn through the ear. Reading is hard. Spelling is out of the question. How we learn, we who really have difficulty learning, no matter at what rate you learn. I mean, I never got math. Ever, ever, ever. I took geometry for 4 years, same course. How you learn has nothing to do with how brilliant you are. The prejudice between the intellect and the vocational has got to be eradicated. That the kid who's good in science, who is going to be a doctor maybe, boy or girl. Now there's another kid who's allergic to school, but he's great at plastering. He's great at drywalling. So that kid who's going to be a doctor needs to live in a house. They're not going to build a house. So that child who is a great plasterer or a great welder or a great anything, why aren't they celebrated in the same way? Teachers are really, really important people. Just in America, we don't treat them with importance, but they, you know, they really are. But what is amazing to me is the school system is 150 years old, and teachers are expected to teach the same amount of information to the child who learns the fastest, the child who learns the slowest. You can't do that. It's Herculean. It's almost impossible. It is nuts that we don't tweak our system, and instead of making the child who learns different feel different, embrace them. I've written for nothing. I wrote love letters to a girl in college. I wanted her to understand how much I loved her. So I wrote her during a school year 150 letters. And apparently it didn't work because she had another boyfriend at another college down the street. So I didn't think I was a really good writer. And I stopped and started again in 2002. If you believe that you can do something, then you've got to try it. If you think, ooh, I can do that, and then that second moment is, nah, I don't know, I better not, I shouldn't, I don't have enough time. That first instinct is the one that is probably the truest. And you just go with it. I find that if you spend 10 minutes a day just either thinking about it or doing it, you know, actually writing something out, you'd be shocked at the journey that you put yourself on. Trust and abandon. You live with abandon. You just go with your instinct. And this is another thing I learned in my life. Your mind knows a few things. Your instinct knows everything. I improvise all the time. You know, but then Hank has an argument with his father and about he can't be in the school play unless he gets a good mark in long division. It came shooting out of me like I had it yesterday, and I'm 64 years old, so I had it, you know, like 50 years ago. And that argument was as clear as a bell. You know, my partner, Lynn Oliver, she will go with her first instinct, and then I say, oh my God, that sounds great. And then she writes, she's typing it on the computer and reads it back to me, and it's completely something else. She didn't trust her first instinct. I said, well, are you insane? Will you please just eliminate that and go back and say, this is what you said originally, and would you please put that in? Your first idea was brilliant. The second idea, not so hot. The reality is different from the anticipatory fear. That you think you're nervous and you think you can't do it, but you can talk yourself into oblivion. Or you try it and then you go, holy mackerel, look at this, I can do this. It's the same thing as parenting. You think, what do I know about parenting? Everybody knows everything there is to know. It's whether or not you allow your flow to go like a river right out of you.